everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Color X Malice along Takeru Sasazuka's route. We got a little bit closer to Akito last night, well, Sasazuka did anyway. And at the moment, not exactly sure what we're doing here. So let's jump right in and see. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story.
You know, it's probably because of all the incidents, but everyone's wound way too tight.
Yeah. Mochida and I had gone to visit the areas that we couldn't respond to over the phone. People who were hysterical due to fear and anxiety often try and get us to come out by submitting false claims. Even though I understood their fears, trying to respond to so many false reports was mentally draining in a huge way.
Well, you do a good job of fending them off, so that's helping me out a lot.
I don't think I'm doing that much.
No, I mean, I'm pretty used to dealing with punks and brats, but I have no idea how to handle women who are freaking out.
Oh, I'm just tearing them out. That's enough to ease their anxiety.
That's difficult for me.
It's just not your forte is all.
I'll be relying on you for that, Hoshino.
Okay. I'm not particularly good at it either. I split off from Mochida and returned to the station by myself. I was hastily tucking into my bento box. Phew! There was only 30 minutes left of lunch break. What was the best way to use this time? That's the problem. Sasazuka still hadn't contacted me yet, so that probably meant that he had nothing he thought I could do at this moment. Then I have to find something to do on my own. It wasn't good for me as a partner to be so completely reliant on Sasazuka. What was something I could do in the station nobody else could do? Maybe I'll try going to Minagishi. Sasazuka didn't seem to have any intention of being reinstated right now, but Minagishi would probably like to know that. Just let him know nothing's changed. The problem was, how much information would I be able to extract from Minagishi? There's no point in dwelling on it. I'll try heading over. If we can get anything out of him in the first place. When I arrived at Investigations HQ, Minagishi was deep in conversation with someone. Would that be Morioka? I feel like I've seen them before. Just as I was thinking that, suddenly my eyes and Minagishi's eyes met. And it was love.
Did you have business with me, Hoshino?
I'm sorry. It's not important, so I'll come back another time.
No, it's fine. We were actually just talking about you. Morioka, allow me to introduce you. This is Officer Ichika Hoshino.
Morioka? He's a Division 1 chief. Oh yeah, Hajime Morioka.
Morioka, Division 1. So, you're the one, huh?
Pardon my manners. I'm Officer Ichika Hoshino of the Special Regions Crime Prevention Office. What did he mean by the one?
How's Yanagi doing?
I think he's doing fine. That's right. If he was the Division 1 chief, that meant he was Yanagi's former superior. If Minagishi knew about this, then that meant that Morioka also knew about us. I have to brace myself. I swallowed my breath as I remained cognizant of the caller's presence.
How's Sasazuka doing?
As stubborn as ever?
It looks like an uphill battle then. I tried stirring him up a little, but it seems he's harder to crack than that.
Indeed. He was probably referring to the recently increased network security at the station.
That impudent boy, huh? If he and Yanagi are going to be playing investigators, they should just return already.
The words playing investigators made me chafe a bit, but I felt like it was more prudent to swallow my tongue for now. Minagishi laughed wryly.
Even so, I still want Sasazuka back here at the station. There's a lot of smartasses in cybercrime. I'll leave that up to you. Thank you. Well, as long as you're here, I have another item on the agenda I'd like to put in your hands. What? I was thinking of getting her, Hoshino, to try interrogating Soda.
What? Where did that come from? I've never interrogated anyone in my life, I'm pretty sure. In stark contrast to my wide-eyed reaction, Morioka seemed to be convinced, even though he was smirking a bit. This isn't the game, guys. This is official police business. Soda. Manabu Soda, the man brought in as a person of interest for the incident on the 7th. It was highly likely he was connected to Adonis. They want me to interrogate someone like that?
No matter who is done the interrogating so far, they haven't gotten anything of value from him. So, we might as well let an outsider with absolutely no experience give it a shot. Exactly what I was thinking. Can you give us permission? Alright, do whatever you think will work.
He shot me a glance after he granted permission.
I'm not expecting anything, but please avoid pointlessly agitating Soda.
They should have me talk to him. I know lots of stuff about online games. Yes, way more than I should. Morioka left as he said that, and Minagishi flashed a big smile.
Well, now that he's given us permission, let's get started. I'll be sure to tell your superiors that this was all my idea. Don't worry about that.
That's not really the issue. Stunned by this unbelievable turn of events, I was taken to the investigation room with Minagishi acting as my guide. This ought to be interesting.
Don't be so nervous. It's not like I just asked you to interrogate without having some sort of plan. Hoshino, how much do you know about Manabu Soda?
I don't really know how to measure that. All I know is what I've heard on the news.
Good. That's all you need to know. All I'm expecting from you is that you put Soda at ease. We've had people interrogate him for hours on end, and these X-Day matters tend to get a little bit tense. As a result, Soda's closed himself off. We can't get anything out of him like this.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Just lend him an ear. Don't even bring up the incident. Have a good long conversation with him. Do the same thing you do in the SRCPO. Calm the heart of those who distrust the police. Treat Soda the same way.
That's why I said have him talk to me. I can talk to him about online games. Well, if that's what you need then. It's said that proper usage of the whip and candy method is key to a successful interrogation. It looked like my job was to be the candy.
It'll be fine. I'll be waiting at the corner.
What? Is that alright?
At least let me do that much. I'm the one who's trying to get you to do something outside of your normal job.
Okay.
Ah, here he comes.
Oh, he looks so miserable.
Soda, please have a seat if you'd like. Alright, I'll leave it to you.
Yes. I ratcheted up my courage as I sat across from Soda. Even if he is a bad guy, he just looks so sad. Nice to meet you. I'm Officer Ichika Hoshino from the SRCPO. I've come here today because I wanted to have a conversation with you.
Give my phone back.
He really doesn't want to say anything else besides that.
Once his phone was taken away, he became completely disheartened. Now he just repeats, give my phone back, like he's a broken robot.
Sorry, kid, but you know, all this time without your phone, you probably already dropped a rank. Or 2, or 3, or 4. I remembered what Shiraishi said, and I chose my words carefully. Listen the way I listened to people at the SRCPO. I needed to figure out his intentions first. Even simple complaints could change greatly depending on the context of the complaint. Sometimes I needed to feign ignorance in order to get people to tell me what they wanted. Why do you need your cell phone back? Soda lifted his head for the first time.
I haven't logged in for 4 days. I finally leveled during the previous event, and if God isn't there, then the guild's in trouble.
Oh, he's got tears in his eyes for this.
Give my phone back. Hurry up and get my cell phone back.
What do you mean by log in? Oh god, another person who doesn't know anything about computers. I mean, you log into any website. It's not a game thing even.
Game.
You want to play a game?
Why did you take it away? Don't try to step into my world. You don't know anything about this. Give my phone back. Give it back.
Soda seemed to be talking to me, but it didn't quite feel like that was the case. He wasn't trying to have a conversation, he was basically talking to himself. My job is to keep the conversation going. I hesitated a bit, but then I went for it. I can't give you back your cell phone, but can I play that game on my cell phone?
Huh?
I'm not too familiar with games, so I'm not really sure, but... I quickly glanced at Minagishi, and he was nodding at me with a knowing smile. I took out my cell phone from my pocket. Soda's eyes were glued to it. If you want, I can lend you my cell phone while I'm questioning you.
Why?
Huh?
Even if you do that, I'm not talking, because I didn't do anything. You're just trying to trick me into talking. You're just trying to bait me. You're all crooked.
I wouldn't do that. Is my cell phone not okay or something? I can't play your game? Soda seemed conflicted, looking back and forth from my face to the cell phone. Then...
Gimme!
He stuck out his trembling hand. I nodded and handed him my cell phone. Man, he truly sounds like an addict. Like not even a game addict, but a drug addict. Well, does it look like it could play the game?
You don't have the app installed. I'm going to download it.
App? He deftly manipulated the cell phone, and for some reason he pushed it back to me. Huh?
Put in your password.
I looked at the screen, confused. It seemed that he needed my account password in order to download the app. I searched through the cobwebs of my mind, and I finally managed to enter the password. Is this fine?
Gimme!
Jeez. As Soda swiped my cell phone from my hand, he stared at the screen with a deep intensity. Sweat began to bead on his cheeks. It was like he was going through withdrawal. Yeah, see? I looked over at Minagishi's direction, and he was looking at Soda intently.
Here! It's here! Yahoo!
Huh? Ignoring his odd yell, Soda was clearly abnormally excited about what he was seeing on the phone.
Hell yeah! I'm so psyched! Yes!
Music emanated from the phone, and Soda's body twitched in time with it. He almost looked like a child that had a toy given to him, just completely different than he looked moments earlier.
Crap! My rank just fell like I thought. Goddamn stupid-ass cops!
Soda?
Ah! I just missed the damn bonus! Damn it! Crap!
But please, calm down.
Here it comes. God descends!
It was no use. He wasn't listening at all. I thought for a bit and stood up from my seat.
Huh? What is it? Are you going to take your phone away already?
No, you still have some time. Is it okay if you let me observe you playing the game?
Observe?
I stood diagonally behind Soda and stared at the cell phone in his hands. I told you earlier, but I don't really play games at all, so I want to learn how to play by watching you play on my phone.
Learn, you say? Futile! After all, I'm a god. Think about it. Just look. People all worship gods. You'd never reach my level, so you can't learn watching me.
He showed me the screen as he said so. Shogo, thanks for waiting. God has descended. Michi, God's here. Umi, God's here. Leo, it's been a while, God. Ame, something. Basically, a bunch of people welcoming God. Looks like you're getting a lot of messages.
Of course, everyone's waiting for their god. This guild wouldn't exist without me.
This god is you, Soda?
I've got a very decorated name. I'm called Shogo. But everyone in game calls me God. The reason?
Huh?
Because I'm just too strong. That's why.
So Soda called himself Shogo in the game, but because how strong he is, he claimed that the other players call him God. I'm getting tired of talking to him. As I smirked inwardly, I still quietly watched the screen from behind. He was clearly very used to maneuvering it, and although I didn't know what he was doing, I could tell that he was pretty skillful at it. That's amazing. So does that mean you just won right now?
Of course! I'm the best! I don't lose! It'll take more than 4 days of rust to undo my expert headshots. I'm so amazing, that's why I'm a god.
That's amazing.
You don't get it, unranked fool.
Huh? What? Is he calling me an unranked fool?
You don't understand at all. Pulling off those headshots is extremely difficult. I make it look easy because I'm a god.
Really?
Watch, I'll show you. I'll summon this here, then combo, get the timing right.
Soda was trying to explain everything to me, but I wasn't getting anything at all. Sorry, it seems a little bit too complicated for me to understand.
You don't play games or anything?
I've never played them much.
Wow, I can't believe you're so out of it.
Out of it?
In this day and age, who hasn't played a game or two at all? Everyone has a cell phone, so I'd assume everyone would play a game. Whatever. You're interrupting a god. Just shut up and watch, Stone Age Girl.
Stone Age Girl. I might as well call her a cave girl. I sighed to myself as I watched Soda get more and more immersed in playing the game on my phone. When's it gonna run out of batteries?
Hoshino, it's almost time.
Yes.
Not yet, not yet, just a bit more, not yet.
Soda purposely turned his back toward me and focused on the screen. Soda, I'm sorry, but...
No, I won't. Just let me play a little bit more.
You say that, but... I look at Minagishi, worried. Then Minagishi walked up to Soda while bearing a calm smile.
Mr. Soda, that cell phone belongs to her. If you do not return it to her, we'll have to add a larceny charge to your list of crimes. You cops are such crap. So crappy. Your call. What do you want to do? I'll give it back. But just one more round. Please, just one more. Then give it back as soon as it's over. Okay? Cops are such crap. Crap.
As he muttered to himself, he never took his eyes off the screen. He just seemed completely abnormal. He really didn't want to let it go, but perhaps because Minagishi was nearby, he gave the phone back, just as he promised.
Stone Age Girl, are you coming tomorrow?
Huh? That's...
Come tomorrow. The next day too, every day. Let me borrow your cell phone. She's a very busy officer, so it might be tough for her to stop by every day. But it would be different if you could at least talk a bit about the incident, Soda. Silence, huh? Must be tough to have her come back. Crap, crap, crap! This is so unfair! Give me back my cell phone! Give it back! If you get violent, that means more charges. Oh. Then, at least log in every day. Girl, what the master says is absolute.
You're not my master. Master?
I taught you, remember? Log in tomorrow, and the day after. If you miss the anniversary event, I'll never forgive you no matter what.
Uh-huh.
Crap, crap. I can't believe I'm going to miss out on that event. An event won't even be exciting without the god. Why am I even stuck in here? Crap. Promise me, alright? No matter what. At least just log in. Soda, it's time. It's an order, understand?
I'll do my best. He is really out of it. The investigators ordered by Minagishi take Soda away. He kept looking back over and over. But once he left the interrogation room, he was sapped of all the strength he had before.
Thank you very much. You were a great help to us.
Minagishi. I really couldn't do much. Was this really fine?
You did very well. He actually said something other than, "Give me back my phone."
That's true. Huh.
He's too cautious of us, so he'd never shown us his true self before. Perhaps he may ask you to do this again some other time.
If I can help, then feel free to ask any time. I doubted whether my interrogation was really of any help or not, but if Minagishi said it was, there was no reason for me to dispute it. Well, she's now basically become a bargaining chip, so I'd say that helps. Even so, doubt welled up inside of me, so Minagishi let out a laugh.
By the way, you should try consulting Sasazuka about our interrogation today.
What, have him take a look into that game? Huh?
I think you'd have a lot of insight about how to play games and how to handle people like Soda.
Perhaps that was the purpose of this. He flashed a smile that offered no insight on his thoughts, then departed. No matter what his intentions were, I have to contact Sasazuka. I felt uneasy because it was exactly what Minagishi wanted, but I was clueless about games. He told me to log in, but I didn't have the slightest idea of what I'd need to do there. For now, I tried texting Sasazuka for help. Are you free tonight?
What is it?
How should I reply? I want to see you. Let's see exactly how he takes that. I want to see you. My phone immediately notified me of a call. Sasazuka, calling me immediately. Hello, this is Hoshino.
What are you thinking during work hours?
Huh?
See me? Are you an idiot?
Was that bad?
It's not exactly bad, but what is it?
Yes, actually. I explained the Manabu Soda situation, the promise I made with him, and how I had no idea how to play the game. Then...
You.
Huh?
Stop screwing around. You're being ambiguous.
How am I being ambiguous? Huh? Huh? He hung up. For a while I stared at my cell phone, dumbfounded. Wait, did he just totally disregard what I was actually calling about because he thought we were talking about a relationship there for a minute? I didn't expect the game talk. Did I say something to upset him? Ambiguous? What is he... Then it suddenly clicked, and I reread the text I'd sent. Are you free tonight? I want to see you. I immediately squatted down in the hallway. This was so embarrassing I could die. Sasazuka's also probably pretty embarrassed as well. Well, you did sleep together the other day.
Come to the agency after you're done, with donuts.
I appreciate it. Well, I hope I texted that to him. As a token of gratitude, I pretended that I didn't notice anything. I'd also buy a bunch of donuts. I hoped that would earn me some forgiveness. I dissipated the heat from my face with my hands, and I returned to the station. Now we're cutting to the park for some reason. It was early afternoon, not a soul at the park. These days, children didn't leave the house, and all the adults were working. If I didn't have anything to do, I would have probably stayed home, or called Kazuki and went to Ishiki's place or something. But today, I didn't feel like doing that.
You don't want them to feel the same way. You said something like that, right?
I was thinking that it might be time then. Actually, I'd known for some time now that I didn't have a future anymore. After a deep breath, I muttered softly, "Zero, can I have a moment of your time?" After a bit, a voice resonated inside my head. I'll never get used to this feeling. There's no one around, but I'm probably under police surveillance. I'm done for. I'm completely blown. At this rate, the plan on the 15th will... No, it's not that I don't want to. I'm just worried that I'll jeopardize the plan. Half of what I said was a lie. I understood that the most. The voice that resonated in my head laughed and said that resistance is futile. I can't defy that voice. He gave me a favor, and I must repay it. Yes, if you say so, so it shall be. But what are you thinking? He told me to make contact with Sasazuka. I did tell him that. What? The voice told me something quite unexpected. What? I didn't think he had that kind of past. That means 0 probably. Understood. Alright, then I will do just as you ask. My friend's almost here, so I'm done talking. The voice stopped. I was already past the point of no return. Even so, there was one last hope. Kazuki, I hope at least you don't throw away your dreams. In order to protect my last vestige of hope, I was trying to betray myself again. Not exactly sure what his plan is here. December 13th, 8:29 p.m. I stopped once before going into the agency. Okazaki, are you here? It's just kind of funny, you can just stand around anywhere and ask if Okazaki is here, and usually he is. I look around restlessly, but I don't see anyone that looks like him. I wonder if he isn't here today. I bought a lot of donuts, so I was thinking of giving him some, but I thought that was unusual, and then entered the building. That is unusual. Wonder where he is. Hello, I'm here.
Hey.
Sasazuka was the only one in the agency. Oh, maybe Okazaki was off tailing somebody else in particular. He extended his hands at the same time as his response, and he nodded as if he was satisfied after I handed him the bag of donuts. I shouldn't be thinking this is kind of cute. I wasn't about to make Sasazuka lose face while I was trying to play it cool, so I also try and pretend to keep my cool.
What?
He's blushing. I think this is the first blush I've seen on him so far. It's nothing.
I see.
Yeah. He turned away and began to eat the donuts. It looked like Sasazuka's cheeks were a bit red, but I focused hard to pretend I didn't see.
Well, take out your cell.
Yes. I took out the phone and handed it to him. Sasazuka looked at the screen and said,
Oh, this game. I play sometimes too.
What? You too?
It's pretty popular. Because of the August case, the game shut down. So a lot of people switched over to this.
I see. For someone who didn't play games on their phone, it was all Greek to me.
I'll connect to it for a bit.
Sasazuka connected my cell phone to the PC and began to type on the keyboard.
The user ID is still in there, so I'll just extract the password. That way, I can use it from my cell phone too.
I see.
Didn't even think of a creative password. Kami Manabu. 0116. His birthday, huh? Lame.
That reminds me, he kept saying something about being God or something during the interrogation.
Done. I'll give it back.
Thank you. After I accepted my cell phone, Sasazuka began to nibble on the donut again. Were you hungry?
A little bit, though I did eat dinner.
This guy really eats a lot.
Although unlike you, I don't expand outwards.
Hey, when have you seen me expand outwards? What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. Anyways, back to soda. Was he saying anything else?
As he deflected his comment, I staunched my anger and recalled the conversation.
He was just
Oh, I think this is Ichika's line. He was just talking about the game. His signature move was a headshot, and that the event wouldn't be fun without the god.
Anything else?
Also, he showed me how to play the game for a bit. He showed me quite a bit, but I had no idea what was going on at all. When I told him that, he called me a Stone Age girl.
Well, he's not wrong.
You too, Sasazuka?
Stop getting upset every sentence. Continue.
You say continue, but that's all he talked about. He wasn't interested in anything but that. I think he was extremely upset about an anniversary event or something. Then Sasazuka took out his own cell phone and turned on the game app.
Oh, right. The one-year anniversary event is starting the day after tomorrow.
Is that really that important?
For hardcore players of this game, yeah. They announced that they'd be adding S-rank characters and super abilities for the event. They were also doing limited edition items and anniversary loot boxes as well. A serious player wouldn't want to miss it.
I didn't understand at all. I do! I totally understand, and I really wish I didn't. Perhaps that all showed on my face. Sasazuka sighed and made an irritated look.
You're seriously at the level where someone could call you a Stone Age girl.
You might think that, but I can live without ever playing a game.
I'm just saying that there are some people in the world who can't. Soda is a perfect example. Hardcore gamers will give up on sleep and food to keep playing.
Yep, indeed we do. Huh? Well, what about school or work?
There are some players who keep control, but people like Soda are called disabled. They basically choose to live like a NEET.
Just to play a game?
There are a lot of addicts like that. You may not understand them, but if you're planning on interrogating Soda and cozying up to him, you should probably study a bit.
Study games?
No, not games. You should study the mental state of gamers, especially the addicts. I'll give you a quick lecture, and you can form some ideas of your own about it.
Okay. I didn't really care all that much about it, but if Sasazuka said it was needed, then I would give it my best shot. Basically, you're getting a lesson in psychology, so take it. So what's the difference between online games and regular games in the first place?
It's in the name. In an online game, you can play with people all over the world on their servers. Depending on the type of game, users can talk to each other and even cooperate to beat it. Soda is playing a game like that.
It sounds kind of difficult.
It's not really. In fact, there are a lot of games that have really simple controls. Anyway, what's important right now is not how the game works. You should be focusing on the communication between users. Through the in-game chat, toxic players and behaviors started emerging. I'm sure you can tell why, right?
As he asked, I responded. Social problems. Obviously, although in this day and age, especially with mobile stuff, you can buy your way to success in a lot of games. Is it because of social problems?
Correct. That's what the root cause of the August case was, too.
There was an online bullying case, right? I didn't really understand the specifics, but...
Really, you don't know. Just remove the online part, then try envisioning it.
Huh?
Think of it from a bigger perspective. People argue over stupid things, and over time arguments build up.
That may be true, but...
What? Didn't you have fights in class while you were in school?
Me? Not really. But in certain circles, I heard there used to be fights and blow-ups.
Okay, so it's the same as that. It means that even in the virtual world, online people are still people. In the minds of the addicts, for internet or game addicts, their actions in their space take on a far greater impact. A lot of those people are pretty dissatisfied with the real world, most of the time. That's why they get drawn into virtual worlds. At least, in the virtual worlds, they can become as strong so long as they have money and time. That's the important part.
Is that... I thought for a bit and asked. Escape from reality, which is pretty obvious. Isn't that just escaping from reality?
In a sense, that's true.
But I don't think it'll change anything even if they do that.
I agree with that too. But if it's someone who has that rationale, they probably wouldn't become an addict.
I think this is supposed to be Ichika. As he brushed off his comment, I swallowed my words. They were trying to live in the virtual world where it can change easily.
At least for someone like Soda, he feels like that world is his only bright spot in life. Keep that in mind first off.
Yes.
The reason Soda keeps calling himself a god is because that's the only thing he can be proud of. Society in the game is much like it is in real life, where powerful people attract attention.
When he was playing the game, he became a lot more lively all of a sudden. Okay, actually we're gonna stop there. I know it's the middle of a conversation, but I don't know where it'll end, and we gotta stop. I feel for you, Soda. You're way out there, man, but I understand. I really have a hard time understanding how anybody can play those games casually. I can't touch them without getting, just going totally overboard. I don't know how Sasazuka can play the game without going all in. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go get some other work done, so hope to see you in the next video or some of my other ones, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.